Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of XTW, ladies and gentlemen. And our first match, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Mandy Rose versus Alexa Bliss, ladies and gentlemen, in a one-on-one match. Ladies and gentlemen, Mandy Rose, she hit Alexa with a right and a left, ladies and gentlemen, with a right and a left to the head. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, she get Mandy Rose by her left arm, ladies and gentlemen. She slams her to the mat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, ladies and gentlemen, she hits her with a double knee, ladies and gentlemen, to the stomach. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss goes for the cover. 1, 2, 2 counts. Then Mandy Rose, she do, ladies and gentlemen, a right punch to Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss falls down to the mat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Mandy Rose, she puts her, ladies and gentlemen, to the ring ropes, ladies and gentlemen. She puts Alexa Bliss to the ring ropes. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Mandy Rose, she put, ladies and gentlemen, a right knee to the back of Alexa Bliss, ladies and gentlemen. To the back of Alexa Bliss. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Mandy Rose, ladies and gentlemen, she took her off the ring ropes, ladies and gentlemen. She took Alexa Bliss off the ring ropes, ladies and gentlemen. She got her in a neck hold, ladies and gentlemen. She got Alexa Bliss in a neck hold, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, she do a left elbow to Mandy Rose, and she do another left elbow to Mandy Rose. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss grab Mandy Rose by her neck, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, she do a choke slam, ladies and gentlemen, to Mandy Rose. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, ladies and gentlemen, she's standing on top of Mandy Rose, ladies and gentlemen, by the ring ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, she stumped Mandy Rose, ladies and gentlemen. She stumped Mandy Rose. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, she turned her back on Mandy Rose, ladies and gentlemen. Mandy Rose had got up to her feet, ladies and gentlemen. Then Mandy Rose, ladies and gentlemen, she do the right knee, ladies and gentlemen, to Alexa Bliss. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Mandy Rose, she trying to go for the cover. 1, 2, 2 counts, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, both women, they both up to their feet, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Mandy Rose, she do a clothesline to Alexa Bliss. Then Alexa Bliss get up, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, she do a right punch, ladies and gentlemen, to the head of Mandy Rose. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, ladies and gentlemen, she can do the Bliss DDT on Mandy Rose. And then, ladies and gentlemen, she go for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match is Alexa Bliss, ladies and gentlemen. This was an awesome, great match, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for some more action on XTW. Apocalypse. The process is almost complete. Brawley, the one we caught, he was a strong one. He was a strong warrior. He is not like any other humans. Yes, I feel that he is a powerful warrior that can't be controlled. But by my will and by my power, he will work for me. Sir, I just got word. What kind of word you got? You remember the time traveler cable? Yes, I remember that little worm. Yes, he came here. He vowed to stop you. Well, let him stop me. Yes, let that fool stop me. We're like yin and yang. It is because of him that I am immortal, that my mutant powers had evolved. You mean to tell me Cable gave you your mutant powers? Yes. And when I meet him face to face, I have a little surprise for him as well. So I don't fear him. I am the apocalypse. Ladies and gentlemen, Jinder Mahal is in the ring. The modern day Maharaj. Yes, I'm the chosen one. I am the chosen one to win money in the bank at XTW Fighter Mania. I will slay 7 men to attain the prize that sits above the ring, the money in the bank. And after Fighter Mania, I will walk out of Fighter Mania with the gold around my waist. Ladies and gentlemen, the modern day Maharaj Jinder Mahal vows to walk out of Fighter Mania as the champion. The Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen, he is coming to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. The dead man is coming to the ring to face Jinder Mahal. Ladies and gentlemen, both men is in the ring now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, both men are locking up. They're both locking up, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, Jinder Mahal, he got Undertaker by his right arm, ladies and gentlemen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Jinder Mahal, he got his arms behind his back, ladies and gentlemen. Behind dead man back, ladies and gentlemen. He twists his arm, ladies and gentlemen. And now Jinder Mahal, he's holding Undertaker arm, ladies and gentlemen, to his back, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the dead man, he countered Jinder Mahal, ladies and gentlemen. He got Jinder Mahal in the neck hold, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Jinder Mahal, ladies and gentlemen, he do a right elbow to the Undertaker. And ladies and gentlemen, he do another right elbow to the Undertaker. And then Jinder Mahal, he do a left kick to the Undertaker. And the Undertaker fall down to the mat. And then Jinder Mahal, he picks up the dead man, and ladies and gentlemen, he slams him to the mat. He slams the dead man to the mat. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Jinder Mahal, he got the Undertaker by the neck, ladies and gentlemen. He got the dead man by the neck, ladies and gentlemen, with an Undertaker tap out, where he tap out the Jinder Mahal. Then the dead man picks up Jinder Mahal, and then, ladies and gentlemen, he do snake eyes, ladies and gentlemen, to Jinder Mahal. And then the dead man, he do a right kick to Jinder Mahal, and he falls down to the mat. Ladies and gentlemen, it looked like it's time for Undertaker to make Jinder Mahal rest in peace, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, the Undertaker got Jinder Mahal in a tombstone power driver, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Undertaker finna go for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match is the Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Undertaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it looked like one of the Sin brothers is trying to attack the Undertaker. And ladies and gentlemen, he hits him with a left. And ladies and gentlemen, he tried to hit him with another left, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, the Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen, he do a right boot, ladies and gentlemen, to one of the brothers, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the brothers fall down. And then the Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen, he do a choke slam on another Sim brother, ladies and gentlemen. Both men are both laid out, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Jinder Mahal, ladies and gentlemen, he got the Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen, by the neck, ladies and gentlemen. And then Jinder Mahal, he do the Colossus, ladies and gentlemen, the Colossus to the Undertaker. I am the modern day Maharaj. Nobody beat me and get away with it. Nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another episode of XTW.